Today on Cruiseman's Garage, we're taking a look at the Sena 60S EVO, their new top-of-the-line motorcycle communicator. Sena has recently released the 60S EVO as what I think is going to be a replacement of the 60S. The 60S EVO essentially looks identical to the 60S, but there are a few differences. It's only been a little over a year since I reviewed the Sena 60S, and it was my go-to headset communicator for several months before I got the Sena Spectre helmet. I'll put a link to that review of the 60S in the upper corner of this video because everything about that review applies to the 60S EVO. So what is different between the 60S and the 60S EVO? Well, if you look down at the bottom right-hand corner, you'll notice they now say there's a sound by Bose, which means that they have dropped their relationship with Harman Kardon and they've switched over to Bose technology. So if we turn the box over, we'll notice that this new EVO has the Sena limited lifetime warranty, which is new. It replaces the old 3-year warranty. Certain materials, workmanship, craftsmanship are covered for the life of the unit, the head unit itself. However, the battery, I think, now only has a 5-year warranty, but that's still pretty darn good. There are a few other differences, but to see those, we're going to have to open up this box and take everything out and see what's inside. Now, as I start unpacking this box and unboxing everything, I should mention there's also a slight price increase of about $20. The new price for the 60S EVO is $460. But like I said, you do get a few things that you didn't get with the 60S. With the 60S EVO, you now get 2 of these wired boom microphones. I like that solution much better. And you also get this earplug adapter. Sena also has a set of noise-canceling earplugs that you can purchase, so you can use earplugs rather than speakers if you choose to. You also get 2 full-face helmet stick-on microphones, and the reason for that is because now the 60S EVO comes with 2 base units so that you can mount the base unit to 2 different helmets, very easily moving your communicator from one helmet to another. And like the 60S EVO uses that magnetic mounting system, which is very easy to remove when you have the helmet on, but yet it holds it strong enough where you never have to worry about the communicator flying off because of that magnet is super strong. And of course, you also get 2 sets of the new Bose 40mm speakers. You also get a box filled with all kinds of Velcro 3M adhesive attachments, so you can install the 60S EVO on just about any helmet. I can't imagine there's a helmet out there that you would not be able to fit with all of these different shapes and sizes of Velcro attachments. Now the base unit is very solid, has that strong magnet to hold the communicator in place. You get 2 sets of these 40mm Bose speakers that mount inside your helmet. I'm not sure why they didn't go with a larger 45mm. Maybe that's an upgrade option coming later. The USB-C connector for the speakers unplugs very easily. It is waterproof, of course. Now, if you prefer to use earbuds instead of speakers in your helmet, Sena does provide you with a 3.5mm audio jack that plugs right in the place where those speakers plugged in. I should point out that the clamp on the back of this base unit is very strong, and it should fit just about any helmet shell. I think it feels it's a little bit stronger than the previous on the 60S, but that might just be my imagination. Now is a good time for me to remind you that even though Sena did not sponsor this video, they didn't pay me to make the video. They did send me this unit to test and review, and I am a Sena affiliate. So if you do buy any Sena product, please use my link, cruisemansgarage.com/Sena. That does help support the channel. And at checkout, if you use code Cruiseman, all uppercase, you can get a 10% discount on most of the items on the Sena website. I do want to emphasize just how strong the magnet is holding this headset in place. Now, it's easier to get off when you have it on the helmet, but you can see it takes quite a bit of force just to pull that headset off of that base. Now, it's harder when you're holding it in your hand. When you have the base unit mounted on a helmet, you have more leverage. You don't have to be concerned with it flying off if you hit a bump on your motorcycle. The Evo has the same jog dial and center button, which you use to adjust volume and navigate through the menus. On the bottom, you'll find a rubber cover for the USB charging port, and this system does support rapid charging. Now, Sena claims 12 to 14 hours of battery life. I think that's going to depend on how loud you listen to your music and maybe whether or not you're using mesh communications. But I have always found the battery life of Sena products to be exceptionally good. The Evo also has that Ride Glow LED on the side, which you can modify through the app, or you can turn it off altogether. It probably saves a little battery life if you turn it off. On top, you'll find the antenna, which is used for mesh communications. The little button on the front of the unit is to turn on or off the little flashlight, but that only works if you have it installed in the base unit. I'm not sure how useful this little flashlight is. I guess if you lose your keys in the dark, it might help out a little bit, but it's a cute little thing to have. My friend Dale came over with his 60S mounted to his Arai helmet, and we showed that you can easily put the Evo right in place of the 60S. It fits perfectly in the old base. Now, since I've been using the Sena Spectre helmet for the last few months, I thought it might be better to let Dale test this 60S EVO since he's been using the 60S. We were able to very quickly connect the 60S EVO with the app on Dale's phone, and it did show that there was a firmware update available. And one of the biggest things we love about the new Sena products is they have over-the-air updates for the firmware. You no longer have to plug into a USB port on your computer or do anything. It's very, very elegant and very fast and very efficient. Once that firmware update was complete, we were able to go in to the app and check out some of the device settings. You can set volume levels here, equalizers, speed dial numbers, FM radio stations. There's just all kinds of things you can use this app for to modify the characteristics of the 60S EVO. The 60S EVO has Bluetooth 5.3, which allows it to connect to your phone, your GPS. You can connect it to an Insta360 camera. You can also connect it to your hondagoldwing sound system as a mobile phone. And then with Bluetooth, you can actually have up to 4 riders on an intercom system, but the better system is the mesh. Now, by default, it goes to mesh 3.0, so anybody else running mesh 3.0 on Sena will be able to communicate with you. If you have older Sena systems in your rider group, you can switch to mesh 2.0 so that everybody can communicate. The voice assistant allows you to control many of the functions of the Sena 60S EVO with hands-free capability. You simply talk into the microphone, start out by saying, "Hey Sena," and it will do anything pretty much that you need it to do without having to take your hands off the handlebars. It's a very cool feature. So Dale decided to go into his helmet and replace those Harman Kardon speakers with the new Bose speakers and the new bass unit. And he did report back to me. He said there's a lot more volume with this new 60S EVO than what he was getting from the 60S. So I guess those 20mm speakers really do perform pretty well. So the last thing I'll mention is, in addition to the mesh communications, which allows up to 24 riders, This system also does support Sena's wave technology. So with using voice over IP, you can basically communicate with anybody on any audio Bluetooth device anywhere in the world. And they do have to have the Sena app to do that using the wave technology, but it's another very cool feature. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this new 60S EVO. If you have any questions or comments, please put it in down below. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help my YouTube channel. And until next time, remember to ride often, but ride safe.